Good morning. Hope you're having the best day ever so far this morning. It's pretty cloudy, overcast, foggy morning this morning. Pretty good chance of rain on and off all day today. Good thing is, since Mr. Sunshine is behind all this mess, it's not 228 degrees this morning. Humidity seems rather low too, which is odd. I'm sure that'll change, but I'm enjoying this cloudy morning, be honest with you. I believe Miss Pocket is also enjoying this cloudy morning. Feels good, doesn't it, baby? Feels grand this morning. Yesterday was kind of the same way, but it did eventually warm on up yesterday. We did get some rain yesterday. Me and Brooke actually finished the grass cutting yesterday. Got that in before that rain hit. It was a good rain too. It wasn't a storm. It wasn't, just a good, steady, nice rain, which means the grass is already half a foot tall. I had to cut it again pretty soon.
Getting the cows fed, Matilda included. And you know that song, I always feel like somebody's watching me? That's what came to mind when I realized that these little barn swallows in the Moo Mansion are sitting in their nest with their eyes on me.
I got to tell y'all about, well, something that Brooke and myself have been looking and wanting to get for, oh gosh, probably since we've moved here. Can y'all believe it's been 5 years? Really? Blows my mind. We've been on YouTube 10 years. Half of it was at the old farm, half of it was at the new farm. It just feels like that we were at the old farm a lot longer, you know, to me. Some of y'all may have been following us for a long, long time, maybe 10 or nearly 10 years. Do y'all feel that way? Does it feel like we were at the old farm longer? The newer crowd may not feel that way, but just, I don't know, just feels like we were at that old farm so much longer. Which I guess I probably know why. I just now thought about that. Hey, beautiful. Hey, beautiful. I'm just gonna come on here and love on you just for a few minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I am. Now, yeah, I guess technically we lived at the old farm for a little over 20 years, YouTube for 5. We've lived here for, well, we've been here 4 or 5 years and YouTube the entire time. So I guess that's why it seems that way to me, is it? Because I actually lived at the old farm way longer than this one for sure. But there's been one thing that Brooke and myself and the farm actually needed that we have been, oh my goodness. Even Peaches gave me the okay. I would say probably at least the last 3 years. It is something that Brooke and myself have been saving up for and just trying to find the right thing for our farm. And this is going to help the farm tremendously. It may not seem like a big deal to a lot of people, but to Brooke and myself, oh my goodness, it's a pretty big deal. Especially since we've been constantly adding, you know, larger animals to the farm. Y'all hear that tree frog? I've never, you know, at the old farm, we actually lived in the woods. We had tree frogs there, but nothing, and I mean nothing like we have here. At the old farm, a lot of people don't know this, but we actually lived in a neighborhood that had regulations on it. Our driveway was connected to that neighborhood. That's why on the front half of the property, before that little, we call it a bridge, but you know what I'm talking about, that little culvert there that connected the two pieces of land together that went between the creek. That's how we got over to our property. We had to buy that lot to be able to access the property that my family owned. And that little lot was like an acre-ish, give or take, something like that. Maybe an acre and a half. I can't remember now. But we had to buy that lot, and that lot was in a neighborhood. No HOA like you think of, but there were rules and regulations when you bought that or that property or any of that property or owned a house in that area that you had to abide by, and that's why we really couldn't really do anything over there on that end of the property. Right behind us was an elementary school and a middle school for the county, which was pretty big as well, but you really couldn't tell it. But yeah, we were surrounded by people, and maybe that's why we didn't have that many tree frogs like we do here. I think we got every species here. They're all different shapes, colors, sizes. It's pretty amazing over here at this area where we don't have that many houses versus what we did at the other place. So maybe that's why. I don't know. What you think, Peaches? Let me go show y'all what Brooke and myself got. Actually, Brooke went and picked it up yesterday. And we're so excited and so very much proud of it. If you could be proud of something like this, again, I know a lot of people are going to say that's, but to us, it's a big deal and extremely proud of.
All right, y'all, I got the trailer hooked up and everything, and Mary Carl had to use the restroom, so I just experienced my first time backing up a gooseneck, and I must say, everything went pretty good. Now, I got a little bit of a drive to get back home, a little over 3 hours, but I should be very safe. Brakes work well, so y'all, wish me luck traveling back to Alabama. I am not scared at all because I know I can pull a trailer and back it up and go forward and all that good stuff. It's just a matter of things going well on the highway.
Well, Brooke made it back safely from home yesterday, and this is our, well, something that we're extremely proud of and that we needed ever so badly here on the farm. This is going to make farm life a whole lot easier for us for several reasons. One is hay. As it stands now, our trailer that we have now can only carry 3 bales of hay. Anywhere we've bought hay, we've had to drive in the county because our county is really big, and so we'd have to drive several, 25-30 minutes. The place that we love to get hay from, our favorite place, is Garrison's, which is a feed store over in Thorsby, and it's about a 35-minute drive.
Yeah, I was even gonna look, but yeah, it's a haul over there.
It's close to Pedals from the Past from us, which is about a 35-minute drive, and that's one way. So you're talking, oh gosh, going over there, going inside, paying for hay, then driving over to the hay field. You're talking about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, one way.
Just to pick it up.
Just to pick it up, not coming all the way back here.
And getting it unloaded.
So
3 bales at a time.
3 bales at a time. It was really rare that we made more than one trip. Sometimes we would make 2 trips over there. But when we're getting ready for fall, winter, how many bales did we buy last year?
21 cow, and then I picked up a few more than that.
Okay.
So just say 21, that's 7 trips.
Yeah.
They eat 1 bale a week.
Right.
And I probably ended up going a couple of more times than that. So they probably ended up with, say, 30 bales.
And not including the horses.
No, that was not including any horses.
Yeah, so the horse hay.
And goats.
And goats.
Goats eat about a bale a month.
Yep.
And we don't really know what the horses will be. I think it'll probably be about a bale every 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
So we needed a bigger trailer. And we've been wanting a gooseneck trailer, which is this right here, where it actually goes into the bed of our truck. Now, a gooseneck trailer has a lot of advantages versus a bumper pull trailer when you're hauling high or lots of weight, I should say. It distributes and handles a lot more weight than a bumper pull trailer. It's a lot easier to handle. It doesn't, sway as much. There's just a lot of advantages, and that's why you see a lot of farms and farmers have a gooseneck trailer to get their hay with. Now, this particular trailer is 20 8 foot plus 5 foot, so it's 25 foot long in total. And we can carry 11 bales of hay at one time with this versus 3. So that's almost 4 trips in one trip. So
I
that,
already had started dreading hay season, and here it is July.
yeah,
So to know that I don't have to make as many trips
right.
is so beneficial, because it literally takes a day.
Yeah. So basically this will save 4 days. Well, yeah, just say 3 days, because we're going to get almost 4 times as many one day. So basically 3 days this will save on the farm for 11 bales of hay. And as you said, we went, say 21 bales. I want to say we got 15 for the horses.
Maybe.
So that's, just say we could round up and say 40 bales.
Yeah.
This would take
4 trips.
4 trips. 40 bales with the other one would take 13 trips.
Yeah, 13 trips.
13 trips to 3. So you're talking about 13 days versus 3 days. So this has saved 2 weeks. But not only can we use it for hay, we can use it to haul our equipment too. We don't have to borrow a trailer. Like if we need to take Bobby C to the mechanic shop down the road, we don't have to borrow somebody's trailer, because I borrowed Mr. Greg's trailer that did our site work to go pick Bobby C up. Bobby C actually has got a couple of things now that we need looked at eventually at some point. And as it stands now, we have no way to get Bobby C to the shop without borrowing a trailer.
No, as it stands now, we have a way to get it there.
Now, you're right, sorry. Yeah, now we have a way to get Bobby C to a shop, or if we
I
need
call
to
it the
do
doctor.
that. The doctor.
I say if Bobby C needs to go to the doctor, we didn't have any way to get it there.
Right.
And Bobby C has needed he's had a high temperature a couple of times, and
High temperature, we've had some hydraulic issues, just some here, but Bobby C's old. It is not a brand new skid steer. Bobby C is almost 14 years old, and it has been used like it's supposed to. You know, it wasn't a play toy, it didn't sit around. Bobby C is a older skid steer, and of course that was within our budget, and that's why we got Bobby C. And same with this trailer. Brooke found a tremendous deal on this trailer on Facebook Marketplace.
And I was about to say, you have to be so careful with things like that. I thoroughly researched this guy, and I felt comfortable.
Yep.
And he was out of town, so we finally made a day when he and I could meet up. And just super nice guy. Explained it all to me, told me he would help me hook it up, because I'd never hooked one up before, and sent me a text on my way home.
Yeah.
And let me read y'all this text. Hi, Brooke. I hope the trailer is pulling good behind your truck. I did not want to say it with fear of my girlfriend hearing, but I'm going to use the money that I received for the trailer for a ring. So I really appreciate it. I hope it works out great for you.
So that also made us feel good about the purchase, for sure. Not only this was a great deal just simply because the trailer itself, but he has so many extras that we love, and a lot of extras we probably never would have put on this trailer if we bought one brand new. It's just got all kinds of extras. It's got a 12,000 pound winch on it. It's got the extra, you pay extra for the straps.
For the binders.
That's something that, you know, you wouldn't get on one unless you requested it or paid extra for it. It's got the mega ramps on the back,
which we needed in order to load the skid steer.
Exactly. So that's a other extra. You get ramps on them, but not the mega ramps. It's just a lot of little bells and whistles, a little tweaks here and there that we personally probably would have never bought if we had gotten a brand new one, because that stuff just kind of adds up. But yeah, this is something that been on our wish list. We've been saving up for it, and we finally found the perfect trailer for the farm that meets all of our needs. Y'all, this is a little project that I've been wanting to do for some time now, but since it's gonna be nasty off and on today, I thought today would be a great opportunity to tackle this. Now, this is an old wardrobe that Mary Carl and Brooke found me at an old flea market or thrift store. And I've been wanting one. I kind of wanted some shelves, but this is even better to put my garden supplies out on. Fertilizers, sprays, sprayer, some small tools, whatever that I like to keep and use for my garden out here on the side, instead of trying to keep it in the greenhouse, which I used to kind of keep this stuff in the greenhouse, but it gets so hot in the greenhouse, even with the sides up, that it would deteriorate all of my packaging and fertilizers and stuff. So I really don't keep that much in the greenhouses anymore. And that's why I wanted something out here. Now, I was keeping a lot of it in the barn, and I still do have some stuff in the barn, but all my garden space is pretty much the side and the back. I had to go all the way to the barn to get something to come all the way back up here. And that's why I wanted something old and that we could reuse and repurpose out here for the side area. And I think it looks really super cool and super cute as well. But the problem is, this used to be a wardrobe, an old wardrobe. It had doors on it at some point in time that, of course, are missing now. And I can see it's got a little bar across the top there where I guess where you would hang your clothes up. No shelving, but I want some shelving. We saved some old shelves when we tore out a old cabinet from a place a long time ago. And Brooke and myself, if we think something or thanks to something that we can reuse, we kind of hang on to it. This is old solid pine. This was probably in the 50s is when this was built, and I just hung on to them. And you know, you just can't buy wood like this anymore, and no sense of throwing it away or burning it when I possibly could use it. And today is one of those days. I'm glad I actually have that old wood. I'm gonna cut some pieces in here, make me some shelving, and kind of get all this rearranged. This is maxed out. I can't really put anything else in this cabinet. 33¼ is the width of that. I'm not worried about the depth because my old shelving here is roughly 12 inches or a foot wide. This is like 18 or 20 inches wide. And so I'm just going to use this as the depth. I'm not going to make it exact. Holly has been holding the side-by-side down while we've been taking measurements over on our cabinet. And got our baby with her. Got your baby? Show everybody your baby. Yeah, there it is. Can you move it? I got to get up here. How am I going to get up here? Don't matter, does it? Get your baby. Atta girl. Now, you remember the measurements? Okay, good. I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you. Don't forget.
Is it coming from the south?
Can you tell?
It's coming from all different direction.
It's black though, I can tell you. It won't be long. It's gonna be raining on us.
It's coming from...
Yeah. It's just kind of swirling.
Looks like a hurricane.
Couldn't find my pencil. It's in my hat. You ready?
I don't know.
All right.
I can see your X. Okay, I see it. Just know that I gotta move this. I'm gonna nail right here in the center to begin with. Just don't get your finger there.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Hit it.
Yeah, we're good. Give me, make a straight line with it.
All right, and nail it like that.
Well, I can, it needs to go the other way, not up and down. It needs to go horizontal, not vertical. You know what I mean?
Not the way I did do it.
Yeah.
The other way.
Hang on. Hang on. You going all the way on the end?
I can. All the way on this end?
Yeah, put one there.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
In the middle?
Now you should be good.
All right, do a couple more.
Yeah. Yeah,
Get
that's
them
it.
off?
That's it. All right, right there. You put eggs there?
Right there.
Yeah.
You hit it?
You hit it. All right.
All the way to the end?
I say put one on end for now. Now we're good.
Put it in the middle?
Yep.
And then 2 on each side.
All right, now let's see what happens.
Look at there.
All right. Perfect.
One more?
Yeah, we're gonna do one more, and let me see what we got. What we got? We got 33. So what's that? 16 and a half?
Yep.
Let's do 16 and a half.
Old thrift store find coming in handy, huh?
Yeah, that's it right there.
Oh, I didn't have it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You gotta go
Right
back
there.
some, I think. Right there. Go ahead and draw my line, or make sure
Yeah,
that
you
was
go ahead and draw
first.
your line. You ready?
No,
Hang on
'cause I don't see
just a
mine
second.
anymore.
Hang on just a second.
That look right?
That looks right.
Ready?
Yep.
At the very end.
Yep. Ready. All right.
One more
One
side.
more. One more. All right.
At the end.
At the end. Okay.
Middle.
All right.
Things just take so much time.
You
know what?
It does. It does. Alrighty.
How long have you been holding on to that wood?
A very long time.
With anticipation.
Longer than you know. Alright, here we go. Now
Much better.
I can start moving some stuff around, bro. Micro boost. Right there. That can go up there. That can go up there. There's some more micro boost right there. Rose fertilizer.
Did a bird build a nest in that pot?
No, I put that in there. Bleach, so when I clean my tools off, got some more spray there. Little shovel. I actually could put a little hook if I wanted to
that'd
for
be a
it.
good idea.
Oh, my friend Destin hooked me up with some fertilizer right here. Looks like a shelf that said Petals from the Past.
It does. A whole cabinet.
They got their stuff for sale. My Osmo coat right there. My sprayer can go down there.
All right, ready?
Yeah. I got neem oil right there. That is horticulture oil. That's BT. Yeah. More rose food. My vinegar for weeds. Voila. How about that? Ain't that better? Now we get us some fabric. I don't know what kind of fabric I want, but I'm gonna put some fabric in there. What do you think, fabric wise? Yeah, put some fabric in here and kind of staple it.
Yeah.
and split it. That way we can open it up and it'll shut back. That's what I was thinking. I guess you could put a curtain in there too. A rod, I mean.
Yeah, I think I've got a rod.
Do you?
I do.
Just need some fabric.
Burlap would be nice.
That's what I said earlier, was burlap would probably be the
Really?
most popular choice, I reckon.
I don't think it needs to be a pattern.
Burlap. Can we buy burlap that long?
Sure.
I guess you can.
Sure.
Probably nowhere locally for that, though, would it?
Yeah,
You think?
Walmart.
You think Walmart's got it?
Or maybe even So Charming.
I didn't know if the quilt shop would have burlap or not.
I don't think they're going to cater more to quilters.
Yeah. Well, we certainly appreciate you hanging out with me and Mrs. Cog Hill right here, and also
The hummingbirds.
If we don't get hit by one.
Every time I sit out here, which is not very often,
It's a
I
bunch
think
of them,
to
isn't it?
myself, one of them's going to plow into one of us one day because they're coming in hot,
They are.
in abundance,
Bunches of them. You said it was 11 of them out here earlier. didn't you?
on trying to get to one feeder. And they were lined up all the way around it. Usually they fight and fuss for, position.
Yeah.
But our bird expert daughter seems to think that they're juveniles.
Oh, okay.
And, they aren't real familiar with
got
how to
you.
fight yet.
I got you. Well, we hope you have the best day ever. Appreciate y'all to the moon and back. Catch you guys on the next one. Y'all be good.